あ、アクトさん、こんにちは。これは何ですか？なんか、コールオブクトゥルフっていう28日に発売されたゲームなんですけど、僕もよくわかんないです。正直。ホラーゲームらしいんですけど、ちょっと今から始めようかなと思います。ちょっとセキロが忙しくて、ちょっとやる時間なかったんですけど、ちょっと今日は午前中これをやろうかなと思います。間違った、まだだった。あ、翼さん、おはよう。あ、チェルノさん、久しぶり。このゲーム個人的に気になってました。自分もめっちゃ気になってたんで買っちゃいました。あ、小泉さんおはようございます。多分ホラー系だと思う。まだもう今始めたばっかだから全然世界観が分かんない。でもクトゥルフ神話だっけ。それを題材にしてるらしいから、どこ行きゃいいのねこれ。めっちゃ 3D 用意しそうな人がいるこれ。なるほど。字幕見づらい。わお。何これ、サメイルカ何これ、クジラ。 あ、サメだな。これ走ってんのめっちゃ遅っ。夢落ち。運命を左右します。命運か。ウイスキー飲まないで。治療はもう必要ないと醤油がこれはね。なんか殺人事件を追ってるとかよくわからんけど、そういうゲームって聞いたんだけど、あらすじはね。
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
あ、翔さんこんにちは。何組に来ました。ありがとうございます。お、レトロな電話。いやマジで字幕が見づらい。字ちっちゃい。
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
何いきなりスキルを振れって言われてもな。何振りゃいいの。ああ、そういうこと。よくわからん。 これで。
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wetwood Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin. It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
あ、セントバーナードさん、おはようございます。
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
グラフィックショーやん。
It's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
あ、エゴさんおはようございます。こんにちは。
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
この警部のことです。そうです。
Lost battalion.
コールオブクトゥルフ。
Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
もう一通り調べたかな。あとな、ここに。
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to... All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that... that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
まあまだ話の全容が全然わかりませんね。始まったばっかだからそりゃ。てかもう2章だし早っ。今分かったのは依頼主の娘さんが発狂して一家を殺したみたいな話だよね。でもそれは絶対違うと。違うから探偵さんあんた事件を解決してくれやみたいな 感じかな。なんかシステムが複雑そう。僕もよく分かってないです、まだ。本当に。まあでも、セキロみたいに死にゲーではないと思うんで、ちょっと気楽に、まあ世界観は多分ホラーなんでしょうけど、気楽にやっていきたいなと思います。ロード長いな。で、そのダークウォーターの36番倉庫を探すと。ストーリー堪能系っぽいですね。ですね。まあオープニングですか。ここでオープニングですか。幼芸のオープニング長いイメージなんだけど大丈夫かな。あ、もう大丈夫か。そうでもなかった。あっという間だった。いや、そうでもなさそうだな。
Almost there.
思ったより時間があった。よかった。やだ、こんな湿気臭い島積みたくねえ。もう見た目が嫌だもんね。錆びれてる。
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a land robber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you.
初見さん、こんにちは。
You'll find me at the harbor master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of
Apex 楽しい。
documents that should interest you.
Understood.
エイペックスもやらないとね。
Look around the docks.
最近やってないな。フィッツロイに話しかける。これか。
careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Now, 押し筋力テストをする。
You saw it just like me. That bum deserved a lesson.
Yeah, but he's a regular, and you're not.
I can see that you and I are off to a bad start. I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
法律だと思います。
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about it?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
What can you tell me about it?
聞いてやん。間違った。
I've got what I need.
Anything?
The stranded whale.
これも聞いたな。
It was a tough.
会話の内容量が多くてやば。
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, young.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
気持ち悪いよ。この。まだ。
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
あ、嫌われた。
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations. Gifted with its own consciousness. Until it finds a new reader.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Do their work. The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Don't treat me like another one of these locals. You're completely overwhelmed, and you could do with reinforcements.
What are you thinking? That you can call the National Guard to an island like Darkwater? For a stranded fish? Gosh darn, Mr. Not like another one of these locals. Go give your valuable advice somewhere else, huh? Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway. That's no way to treat an out.
Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a
これシャチなのか。
There's something coming. Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water.
これで走ってるっていうのはちょっと遅すぎるよね。これ歩いてる。これ走ってる。信じられねえ。
I'd out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir. Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Put that beast back in the water, you
What?
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
What? What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's
There's
got.
nothing for you here either. Beat it.
You bilge rats don't scare me.
What did he call us just now?
よくわからん。話しかけるね。
You again.
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. And they saved Darkwater from famine.
What can you tell me about it?
We all been.
I've got what I need.
Anything?
Captain Fitzroy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Drink.
That'll be all for now.
She will get us into trouble.
ピッツロイに話しかけたんですよ。
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
何すんのあと。動きも遅いからちょっと嫌やわ。じゃあ違う。
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them. A souvenir from a more prosperous fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailors' return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
This Cat you mentioned. Is she their boss?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
ベラベラ喋るな。
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later. 何も反応なしですか。
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She
いや、ちょっと待ってよ。
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy.
危な、びっくりした
You also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
What happened to the statue of St. Brendan? Dreadful.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway. We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
あの女か。いや、入るだけに時間かかるな。
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get...
Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
地道な作業感がすごいな。
It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. This ratchet device seems to be usable.
いや、ないないない。階段かい。
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
あ、動かさないとダメか。かかりづら。何するの。 ないのか。わかりづれえ。
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
ね、ここでしょ。違うの？ようわからんの。心地を察します。もう昨日、ちょっと、3時までゲームやってて、チャイさんおはようございます。3時までゲームやってて、とりあえず、ヤフーニュースみたいなやつで、速報見て、もう 3-0 になってたから、もう見ねえと思って、そのまま寝ました。いや、名古屋強いんじゃないですか、今年。でもなんか、試合見る気になれなかったから、よくわかんないけど。
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
名古屋はなんか今年一番の試合をしたみたいなこと言ってるし、札幌は全員クソだったみたいなことをペドロビッチが言ってるから、いやーやばいっすね。名古屋やばいっすね。大分ホームで勝てないっすね。こっち見えな、もう来たな。いや、なんか去年はなんか名古屋は城さえ点取りゃいいみたいな感じだけども、なんか今年はどこからでも取ってますもんね。去年なんて城とシャビエルだけでなんかずーっと点取って、日本人が取ったら何試合ぶりみたいな感じだった気がするけど。
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
大分は広島の印象悪いって感じですよね。なんか大分ってミラーゲームに弱いって言われてますよね。で、次節が札幌もフォーメーション同じじゃないですか、多分。監督の戦術もほぼ似てるし。まあでも札 幌は昨日みたいなあんな試合をしてたら多分マジで降格するっすよ。
Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. Just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. I told you to beat it.
Treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
治安はレベル高い。それは札幌が久々に J1 復帰した時もやっぱそう思いましたね。で去年がもう多分去年は確変したんでめっちゃ見てて楽しかったっすけど、スカッと負けるしスカッと勝つしみたいな。いやスカッと勝ってはいないけど、あと一押し、そうなんですよね、あと一押しなんですよね。札幌が昇格した時は本当守備的な戦術だったから、あった、これか。なんか清水戦みたいにあんなにびったしはまったようなサッカーできるんだったらもうめちゃくちゃ強いんですけど、浦和とかみたいになんかもうはまらないと全くなんか点の入る気がしない試合になっちゃうんですよね、札幌の場合は。まだセルモなんのこれ。名古屋は去年負けなしだったんだけどな、がっつりあれだわ、ほんと。そんだけ名古屋の補強がうまくいってるし、名古屋はほんと金かけてるな、羨ましい。でも大分はでも本当日本人のフォワード選手がちゃんと点取ってくれてるからすごい羨ましいですね。限られた多分予算ではあるのに間違いないから、限られた戦力で戦ってるんでしょうけど、それがしっかりできてるからすごい。多分今年残留したら結構楽になるっていうのも変だけど、残留できたら絶対もう1年が結構でかいです。
Should should be possible to mount this.
これか、わかりづれ。5試合で6得点なので藤本ダミです。でもそうっすよね。でもそれ藤本が抑えられたらタパーいっすよね。あとは去年の名古屋もジョーが点取れなくなったら全然勝てなくなって、取っても勝ってたけど、まあ、守備がクソだったからあれだったんですよ。でもなんかそれに似たような感じにならないようになれば大丈夫だと思うんですよね。いやー、金っすよね、本当に。もう、なんだこれ。ちょっと待って。あー、なるほど、佐々木翔に抑えられたと。
Smoke. I hope it's not toxic.
なるほど。いやもう昨日はもう札幌の試合結果見ても他の試合全く見る気にならなかったっす。そうだったんだ。いやーでも岩田と鳥栖がやばいっすね。やはり代表に言われる選手は強い。いやそれ言われたら鈴木武蔵無得点ですよ。これどこに行きゃいいの？分かりづれえ。あ、こっちか。いや、金に物を言わしてるのはやっぱ名古屋と浦和と神戸がダントツか。もうない。いや、って感じで。っすよね。何意味がわかんない。了解です。白石さんお疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。お疲れ様です。
This is primitive. Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
いきなり説明が入る。
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages?
ほう。なるほど。こうやって推理を立てていくのね。
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks.
何これ？魚？腐った魚か？ようわからん。
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
犯人と思われる者が住んでたと。よくわかんない。
Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
いやー、気味悪いね。まあでも、バイオの虫食ってる家族よりマシか。もうやることはない。
Someone has settled in here. And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there?
クトゥルフしてます。
The Hawkins case has been wound up. Let the dead rest in peace.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on.
そんな煽る必要あるか。まだ話が全然わかんない。クトゥルフ神話が詳しい人だったらこの話面白いと思うかもしれないんだけどね。 トゥルフ神話、クトゥルフ神話素人なんでちょっとよくわかんないです、まだ。よいしょ。とりあえず12時ぐらいまでやって、この第3章終わったら行こうかな。第3章までやって1回配信終わります。まだホラー的な感覚も特にないですね。ちょっとあったか。
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
質問がいっぱいある。
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bomb? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. Day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
周囲悪いな。こんなとこ住みたくねえ。あれ、おっさんどこ行った？あ、いたいた。
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. The caretaker takes great... Poor kid. Poor kid. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater. What do you think you're doing? So talk, and no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then.
なんだ、話が通じたんだけど、よくわかんない。
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Pierce, shall we enter? What? I'm with... Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Cool.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
この状況よくわかんないな。なんかを止めようとしてる。こいつ切れてる。ふざけんなよみたいな。で、子供がビビって皿を落としてる。そんな感じかな。これじゃ全然わからんよね。
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door. Silas managed to bring the fire under control. It was already too late for the Hawkins.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. They had a fight. Why?
やっぱそんな感じ?
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? Did it stop at the time of the fire? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious... It's quite a building, don't you think? Do you know that the Hawkins were among the wealthiest families on the island?
This place was falling apart long before the fire. This place was falling apart long before the fire. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
Maybe さんこんにちは。
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep. There's something disturbing about this painting. There's something disturbing about this painting. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
謎解きゲームなんですかね。多分そうですね。で、若干多分ホラー要素もあると。
This door is locked.
と思います。
What will her room reveal about her? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment. Perfect.
わ。まあ一人称してんすよね一応。
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
画家だとしても、なぜ魔法陣？
What was she trying to achieve? Locked. Bradley? Is that you? Is anyone there?
何か驚かすんだろう、どうせ。違うか。お？やっぱり。
You! Stop!
いや、これで走ってるってありえないよね、ほんと。全然追っかけてないしよ、これ。歩くの遅すぎるよ。
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
いや、動かしづれ。何これ。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. It looks like a freehand map of dark water.
海洋サスペンスな音楽欲しい。
Areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the end. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. I'd be better off not touching. As if the bookcase has been moved several times. It looks like an old seaway map.
うわ、これか。
look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. Seems like this came from a log.
Orpheus.
'There must be a link with the Seaway map.
わかりづれえよ。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
ちょっと待って、どこ？あ、これか。マニアックな謎解きだな。おじいさんおはよう。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
まだなんかあるか。怖いやつ、うん。そうそう、昨日言ってたやつ。
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
だけどね、まだね、全然怖い要素が、ね、見当たらない。
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
ちょっとトイレ行ってきます。 よいしょ。戻りました。キリンの呪縛から解放に離された。お、マジでちってことはトロコンしたんだ。おめでとうございます。もう全然俺トロコンする気ない。このとりあえずこれを追っていけばいいのかな。 N70。何これ。このご時世でメモらなきゃいけないゲーム。でメモって意味なかったら恥ずかしいよね。ノート。っていうか俺トロコンする気が全くないっていうか。
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
航路が3つあるんだな。どれかが開くやつでしょう。全然わけわかんねえ。多分でもこれだよな。フレンドに手伝いやったらあと2体になって逆に気になってしまった。でもそこまでいったらやるよね。そこまでいったらやるね。間違いない。それは俺もやると思う。なんか気がついたらトロコンしてたっていうノリで俺いいかなと思ってる。そんな感じ。アトランティックって書いてある。地球儀のヒントどれなん？これだよね。でもこれだよな多分。でもさ42とかわかんねえじゃんそんな。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Looks like the navigational paths.
そっか。あそこにすればいいのか。あそこにすればいいのかとか言ってるけど、どうなんだ。あそこに交わってるとこかな。ダークウォーター。多分ダークウォーター。全然わかんないけど。違うんかい。 わからん。わからん
I
ぞ。
must have missed something. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
あ、そっか。オッケー。違うんかい。違うんか。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
場所的にこうじゃね？違うんかい。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
これじゃないのかな。
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
アメリカの地形なんてわかるわ。わからんよ。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
もともと全然違ったりしてね。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
違うのか。
Doesn't
なん
work.
かまだあんのかな。
I must have missed something.
何か落ちてませんか。いや、謎解き要素の方が強いな、ホラーっていうより。なんかあった。
Why are these letters here and not with Sarah Hawkins' belongings? Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months, exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
これだけ、でもチェックついてるな。びっくりした。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
他にも人いますよ。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
違うのか。これを見つけたところで何になるの？今読めるわけじゃないしな。それとも今関係ないのか、あれは。
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for
やっ
years.
ぱこうだよね。
Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
今日は平成最後の日ですね。そうだね。
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
ダークウォーターってわけじゃないのか。これアメリカの地図だよな。右側がヨーロッパで。やっぱそうだよね。どういうこと？右上の文字は細かいからあんまり気にしなくていいと思うんだよな。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
あ、一応日本あるよ。よかった。全然わからん。
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
書きやすい感じがいいな。それはあるね。でも目標にないんだよな。まだほっといていいのかな。もう力で動かす。
I'd be better off not touching them.
そっか、平成最後ね。
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, the sea shanty.
やばい、あの地球儀動かさないと進めなさそうだな。意味がわかんねえ。
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
What? なんで？明日のお昼発表らしいよ。あ、そうなんだ。
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
航路の地図と何かつながりがあるはずだ。ってことは、
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
よくわからん。あ、これか。ん？どうだ？その上が57、49は49、それで44、あれ違うな。42、70、どういうこと？いやー、 多分分かったかな。ここら辺。ほら来たー、押しけー。
Well done, Pierce.
あ、第4章いった。で、ちょうどお昼も過ぎたので、この辺にしようかな。多分このゲーム長くやってたら、なんか、頭に入んなそう。お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございます。お疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。午後は、どうしようかな。赤色やろうかな。モンハンもやりたいけど、赤色が終わりそうだから、そっち先にやりたい。よし、ロード終わった。じゃあ、今日はこの辺で、このゲームは終わります。全然まだホラーチックのところないんだけど、雰囲気ホラーは出てるけどね。ちょっとわかんないな。あ、バンドドさんもお疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。では、終わります。ありがとうございました。